Katt Williams just confirmed what we all suspected. 50 Cent removed 7 major names from the Netflix Diddy documentary. And these aren't just random people. We're talking about some of the biggest celebrities in entertainment. Katt predicted this months ago, and now the truth is finally spilling out. Let's get into it. So here's what you clicked on this video for. Katt Williams has officially joined the chaos surrounding the Netflix Diddy documentary, and he's not holding back. He's calling out 50 Cent for allegedly protecting certain people and keeping the real players out of the final cut. Remember when Katt went on Club Shay Shay and said, "All lies will be exposed"? Yeah, he was talking about this exact situation. And honestly, the man was spot on. Here's what you're getting in this video. I'm going to reveal the 7 names that were completely scrubbed from the documentary, and we're talking directly from Katt Williams' own mouth. We'll dive into why these people were protected, how Katt saw it all coming, and the deep connections between these celebrities and Diddy that Netflix definitely didn't want you to see. Now get this, there are allegations that people actually tried to bribe 50 Cent to remove certain controversial names from the doc. But here's the thing, Katt Williams already knew these names were never going to see the light of day. Whether we're talking about the dirty tapes or the Netflix documentary, some people are just untouchable. Period.
Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
Now, before we dive into this video, let me make one thing clear, we're not going to waste time talking about the most obvious names like Jay-Z or Beyonce. We already know about their alleged involvement. That's old news. So here's where it really started. Back in 2024, Katt Williams went on Club Shay Shay and basically predicted Diddy's entire downfall. He said, "Diddy likes to party, and you gotta tell him no." And more importantly, he warned us, all lies will be exposed in 2024. Look at where we are now. Katt called out TD Jakes, Diddy, and a whole bunch of others. He said, the ones who have a problem with the truth know exactly why they have a problem with it. That wasn't just a soundbite, that was a direct warning. Fast forward to now, 50 Cent drops a Netflix documentary called Diddy, The Reckoning. And it's packed. We're talking never-before-seen footage of Diddy right before his arrest, private clips, behind-the-scenes strategy meetings with his legal team, and explosive new allegations. Diddy's lawyers were furious. They fired off cease and desist letters to Netflix, claiming the footage was unauthorized and stolen. They called the documentary a shameful hit piece. But Netflix? They didn't flinch. The documentary dropped anyway. And here's why this matters right now. Diddy was sentenced to 4 years in prison on prostitution charges after dodging the bigger RICO case. But the storm isn't over. Not even close. Over 150 lawsuits are coming. And some of them reportedly involve minors. Yeah, you heard that right. Federal investigators have already confirmed more charges are likely. The investigation is still ongoing. And get this, prosecutors handling Diddy's case are now talking to the team that handled Tupac's case. That alone should tell you how deep this goes. Meanwhile, sources are claiming there are Diddy tapes ready to leak. And those tapes allegedly show other celebrities doing things they absolutely do not want the public to see. And speaking of Katt, he recently dropped a joke that basically confirmed everything we just told you. Stay tuned, because it's about to get even crazier.
They just gave P. Diddy 4 years. Say that again, for 27 years. 4 years. Meanwhile, they tried to give me 4 years with 2 blunts I had no intention of smoking in the first place. Same 4 years. I don't give a fuck. Being an ass-picking devil worshiper is not against the law. They put that man on a whole RICO because they thought he was for China. They said, bring out the 9 niggas walked out. That ain't even get the law. Go on and get yourself. That man liked this so much as his punishment, they sent him to the place with the most. I ain't finna say shit.
Now, I know that might sound wild, but this wasn't just some random comedy bit. This was Katt Williams confirming what he's been saying all along. He knows what happened. He knows who was involved. And he knows exactly who got protected. So let's get into it, the 7 names that mysteriously vanished from the Netflix Diddy documentary. First up, Snoop Dogg. Now, I know what you're thinking, Snoop? Really? Yeah, really. Snoop Dogg has had deep ties to Diddy for decades. They partied together, did business together, and even collaborated on music. They moved in the same elite circles for years. So why wasn't Snoop featured in the documentary? Because Ally Carter exposed him, and what she said was absolutely shocking.
Everybody knew that Snoop Dogg, not again, mentioned him in December of 2020, but everybody beat the hell out of me. Screw you, that can't be true. What the hell do I know, right? And then recently it just came out again that Snoop Dogg got accused of trafficking children. And what did everybody do? Ooh, Snoop Dogg is at the halftime. I'm going to the halftime. But we canceled Dr. Seuss and Jemima. Nobody mad. Nobody. Super Bowl habits. They were dripping down from the letters. The LVI. I know, but that's fine. It's fine. Let's go to the game. Make some hot wings. It's fine. It'll pass. It'll pass, right? It's a phase. It's just a phase. But oh no. Tell somebody that plastic straws are coming back and throw a fit. Let a convict get arrested. Somebody put a knee on a convict's neck and it's over. Neck of a child. Crickets. Crickets. Nothing. Everything's fine.
Ally Carter says Snoop Dogg is even worse than Diddy. She claims that Snoop is not only more influential than Diddy, but also more protected, to a shocking degree. And here's the kicker, Ally mentioned Snoop Dogg way back in December 2020, but when she did, she got dragged. People called her a liar, told her to shut up, tried to cancel her. But she kept speaking out. Now here's the disturbing part. Snoop was accused of transporting minors for extremely dark purposes. You'd think that would spark nationwide headlines, investigations, protests, something, right? But what actually happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Instead, Snoop Dogg performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. Let that sink in for a second. A man accused of trafficking children was front and center at one of the biggest events in America. Meanwhile, Dr. Seuss and Aunt Jemima canceled far less. But Snoop? He got a pass. Ally Carter even pointed out the symbolism during that Super Bowl performance. She claimed the LVI letters, for Super Bowl 56, were dripping like blood, and no one cared. Everyone was too busy making wings and enjoying the game to notice. So why did 50 Cent cut Snoop Dogg from the Netflix documentary? Simple, Snoop is too connected. He's too protected. If 50 had tried to expose him, the documentary never would have aired. Some people in hip-hop are untouchable, and Snoop Dogg is one of them.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close, but it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shouts out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like just, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the f did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen,
we having a good time, yo. Your usher made it in the...
Hey, yo. I'm a thug. At the end of the day, I kill niggas, man. No, listen, at the end of the day, I kill niggas.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Kevin Hart recently hosted the BET Awards, and during his monologue, he dropped a few jokes about Diddy. But those jokes? They revealed way more than most people realized.
For somebody to invite him in, hey, don't do it. Okay? We all saw the movie Sinners. Don't let his here. So he can bite somebody. So he can bite Playboy Cardi again, okay? Playboy Cardi definitely been bit. Something happened. Playboy Cardi's been bit. I know he has. Nobody let Kanye in. No! Tonight, I will do my part. Everybody will get flowers. I'll do my part to make sure that I put us on a high pedestal, man. Also, I'm gonna do my part. I'm shutting down the idea of after parties. No after parties tonight, okay? None. Take your home after this. That's why I did it on a Monday. People got to go to work tomorrow. No after parties. That's where it's slippery at them after parties. Okay? We're learning a lot about people, ain't we? We're learning a lot. God is good all the time. Kurt, that makes it right. Whatever I just said goes away. Funny.
Kevin Hart cracked a few jokes during his BET Awards monologue, but if you were really listening, he wasn't just being funny. He said, "That's where expletive gets slippery." Then added, "We are learning a lot about people, aren't we?" And ended it with, "God is good all the time." Now on the surface, that sounds like classic Kevin Hart comedy, light, clever, harmless. But pay attention. Kevin was sending a message. He specifically told the audience, "No after parties tonight." And the show was scheduled on a Monday, meaning everyone had to be up for work the next day. That wasn't random. That was intentional. He was cutting off the Diddy-style behavior before it could even start. But it doesn't end there. Orlando Brown, yes, he said some outrageous things in the past, but what he claimed about Kevin Hart shook the internet. According to Orlando, Kevin Hart allegedly took $50 million to unvirgin his hole. Now, whether you believe Orlando or not, that kind of accusation doesn't come out of nowhere. And when you connect it to the circles Kevin was running in during the Flavor Camp days, it raises a lot of questions.
Kevin Hart took $50 million to unvirgin his hole.
Can you explain a little bit?
No, I just told you.
Now, whether you believe that or not, here's what we do know for sure. Kevin Hart knows way too much about the industry's dark side. He was there. He saw things. He likely participated in things. But today, Kevin is too successful, too connected, and too profitable to be dragged into this mess. So what did 50 Cent do? He cut Kevin from the documentary, not to protect Kevin alone, but to protect the entire comedy industry. Because if Kevin Hart goes down, that opens a whole new can of worms. And 50 wasn't about to take that risk. Alright, let's talk about Maze. This one might be the most frustrating of all, because Maze was one of Diddy's closest allies during the Bad Boy Records era. He wasn't just around, Maze was at the center of everything. The parties. The business deals. The music. All of it. If anyone knows where the bodies are buried, it's Maze. But here's the problem. Maze is silent. Suspiciously silent. It took Maze 10 years just to get out of his contract with Diddy, a decade-long fight just to be free. And even after all of that, Maze still doesn't speak badly about Diddy. At all. There's even this strange interview from V103, where Diddy showed up with Maze and Dirty Money. And the whole vibe? It was just off. Like something was going on behind the scenes.
No, this is freedom paper.
No, I set the rules.
What's up, Mace?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, baby. 4 o'clock,
Robin is back in the building. What up, Batman?
What up, Mace? How you doing, boy?
Better than I look.
What's up, Mace? How you been, man?
I'm chilling, man. All my cards still work. Just the puff doing good stuff, you know?
Yeah, every once in a while you got to do something good.
During that V103 interview, Diddy went on air and said, Maze is free to work. He can do whatever he wants now. But the way Maze reacted? Nervous. Surprised. Almost overly grateful. It was clear that something still didn't feel right, like he was still under control somehow. Maze literally held up the paperwork and said, "It took me 10 years to get this paperwork right here." He was visibly shocked that Diddy actually gave him his publishing rights back. He even joked, "I ain't used to Puff doing good stuff." Let that sink in. A man who worked side by side with Diddy for decades was genuinely surprised that Diddy did one good thing. That alone tells you everything you need to know. So, why did 50 Cent remove Maze from the documentary? Because Maze is either too scared to speak or still tied to Diddy in ways we don't fully understand. His silence is deafening. He knows everything, but says nothing. Including Maze in the doc would have raised too many questions. Questions like, why won't Maze speak out? What does Diddy still have over him? So 50 made the call, better to leave him out completely than open that door. Now we gotta talk about Meek Mill. And I'll be real with you, this one's messy. Meek Mill has been around Diddy and the industry elite for years. And there have been whispers about him for just as long. Nothing solid, until recently. Then Orlando Brown, yeah, him again, said something that got people talking. He claimed, "You can't unreceive what your butthole received." And while that sounds wild, in the context of everything swirling around Diddy's parties, the flavor camps, and industry secrets, people started connecting dots.
Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
You can't take back what your butthole received.
Now, I know, that sounds crazy. But let's be real. Orlando Brown has been calling people out for years, and more than once, he's actually been right. And guess what? Meek Mill's name has kept popping up in these conversations. Then things got even weirder. An audio file allegedly featuring Meek Mill leaked online, and people started claiming the other voice in that recording was none other than P. Diddy himself. The clip spread fast, with people analyzing tone, background noise, cadence, everything. Now, is it confirmed? Not yet. But the speculation blew up because of the context. With all the accusations flying, that kind of leak hit differently. Especially when you connect it back to the stories surrounding flavor camps, after-parties, and the alleged behavior of industry elites behind closed doors.
Meek, real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek. She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
Jaguar Wright, who's been exposing industry secrets for years, weighed in on the leaked audio. She said she 100% believed it was Diddy in that clip. And if you heard it? It was explicit, damaging, and spread like wildfire across social media. But just as fast as it went viral, the clip got scrubbed from the internet, almost like it never existed. So, why did 50 Cent remove Meek Mill from the documentary? Simple, because that audio was never officially verified. Including it would have opened 50 up to serious lawsuits. Meek Mill is still active, still powerful, and still protected within the industry. He has lawyers, he has money, and if pushed, he could have sued Netflix into the ground. 50 Cent made a business decision. Better to avoid the legal war than include something that couldn't be proven 100%. Alright, now we get to Justin Bieber. And this one is different, because Justin is a victim, not a perpetrator. When Justin Bieber was just a young teenager, he actually lived with Diddy for a brief period. There are videos where Diddy says he had custody of Justin for 48 hours. You can see it in those old clips. Young Justin looks uncomfortable, almost like he doesn't want to be there. So why isn't Justin Bieber featured in the documentary? Because 50 Cent chose to protect him. Recently, when paparazzi pressed Justin about the documentary, his response was heartbreaking. The pain was still there. You could tell he didn't want to talk about it, like those memories were locked behind a wall he didn't want to open.
Y'all, paparazzi spoke to Bieber, and all he had to say recently was that, "Don't ask me about that man ever. Some things I moved on from for my own peace. What's in that documentary? Let's just say people are finally waking up." He also goes on to say, "I was a kid, I didn't know anything, I don't ever want to talk about that again."
Justin Bieber once said, "Don't ask me about that man ever. Some things I moved on from for my own peace." What's in that documentary? Let's just say people are finally waking up. Then he added, "I was a kid. I didn't know anything. I don't ever want to talk about that again." You could hear the pain in his voice. Justin was just a child when all of this happened. He didn't have a choice. He didn't know what he was being pulled into. And that's why 50 Cent made the right call by leaving Justin out. Including him would have meant reopening trauma that was never his fault to begin with. It would have meant putting a victim's pain on display for clicks, and even Netflix wasn't willing to go that dark. Justin is now married. He's building a life. He has kids of his own. He doesn't need the entire world rehashing his past trauma for entertainment. And 50 Cent understood that. He saw that Justin wasn't a perpetrator, he was a victim, and protecting him was the most human thing 50 could have done. Next up, Usher. This one hits hard, because Usher was the first. Long before Justin Bieber, long before the spotlight turned to what Diddy was doing behind the scenes. There was Usher, living with Diddy as a teenager at what they called Puff's Flavor Camp. He was the prototype. The original young star was sent through the system. Usher has gone on record saying he saw things he couldn't unsee. He's hinted at experiences that changed him forever. And years later? Usher was the one who introduced Justin Bieber to Diddy, a decision he likely regrets every single day. So why isn't Usher in the documentary? For the same reason as Justin, because Usher was a victim, not a participant. Katt Williams warned us what they do to young stars. He said they take talented kids and put them through things that break them. According to insiders, the segment on Usher was so dark, even Netflix refused to include it. It was too disturbing, even for a documentary about Diddy's crimes. Today, Usher is a legend, a father, and a man trying to protect what's left of his legacy. Dragging him into this would have destroyed him all over again. 50 Cent knew that, and made the call to leave Usher out. And now, we get to the final name. The name that matters more than any other on this list. Clive Davis. Most people don't even know who Clive Davis is. But if you know, you know. Clive Davis is the man behind the curtain. The true gatekeeper of the music industry. The boss above Diddy. Diddy doesn't move without Clive's approval. He doesn't make major decisions without Clive's blessing. This man discovered and controlled Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys, and countless other icons. He's been in the game for over 50 years. He knows everyone, and he's connected to everything. If Diddy was throwing wild parties, imagine what Clive's parties looked like. Like Katt Williams said, Diddy was just a worker. Who's the boss? Clive Davis. So why did 50 Cent remove Clive from the documentary? One word: fear. Because if you expose Clive Davis, the documentary never airs. Netflix won't stream it. No network will promote it. No platform will touch it. Clive Davis holds more power than anyone realizes. He's connected to record labels, streaming giants, TV networks, media empires, everything. Going after Clive would have meant the death of the documentary before it ever saw the light of day. 50 Cent had no choice. He had to remove Clive's name, or the whole project would have been buried. And that's the most important omission of all. Because while everyone's focused on Diddy, it's Clive Davis who built the system that allowed Diddy to do what he did. Diddy learned from Clive. Diddy operated under Clive's protection. Taking down Diddy means nothing if Clive stays untouched. So there you have it. The 7 names that 50 Cent removed from the Netflix Diddy documentary: Snoop Dogg, Kevin Hart, Maze, Meek Mill, Justin Bieber, Usher, and Clive Davis. Katt Williams warned us. He told the world, all lies will be exposed in 2024. And yet, he also knew the truth, that the biggest names, the ones with real power, would stay in the shadows. Not because they were innocent, but because they were untouchable. From Snoop Dogg to Clive Davis, these omissions show just how deep the protection goes. The system doesn't just cover up crimes, it protects the very people who built the machinery behind those crimes. It's always been that way. It always will be. The Netflix documentary was just the beginning. Diddy is facing more charges. The federal investigation isn't over. The lawsuits keep coming. And yet the most powerful figures, the architects of the system, remain untouched. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Should 50 Cent have left these people out? Was he right to protect victims like Justin Bieber and Usher? Or should he have exposed everyone, no matter how high up it went, no matter the consequences? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Clive Davis should have been included? Was Meek Mill protected because of legal threats? Is Maze still under Diddy's control? And what about Kevin Hart, is he playing both sides? Let's talk about it. Like, share, and subscribe if you want the truth to keep coming out. This story isn't over. Thanks for reading. I'll see you in the next one.